Hi, I'm Loli, and I'm so glad you are here.
Today's video is part of the Just Our Imagination Challenge, and this month we are challenged to use a hula skirt, a paintbrush, and a dog leash to make our DIYs. Let's go ahead and see what I came up with. For the next inspiration, I'm going to be using one of these round vases from Dollar Tree. What I'm going to do is remove that tag, first of all, using some heat, and then I'm going to clean it well with some glass cleaner from Dollar Tree. Once it's all nice and dry, I'm going to go ahead and add some sand to it. To do this, I'm going to coat it with some Mod Podge. To do that, I thought it will be easiest to add some sand to a bowl, so I'm just able to roll that onto the base when I'm done adding Mod Podge. I'm working here in small sections, and I'm just going to roll it as you see there to coat it, and I kept doing that until the entire base was covered. Once the layer dried, I'm going to add some more Mod Podge over it, and I'm going to repeat the process about 2 to 3 times. Once it was all covered and dry, I'm going to add another layer of Mod Podge over it to seal the sand in and protect it as well. And while that dries, I'm going to take one of these foam balls that I got, I think at Walmart, I'm not sure. But we're going to take one of them and we're going to go ahead and cover it with some reindeer moss. I picked this kind because I think it has the closest resemblance to some seaweed. What I did is cut it into small pieces or break it apart in small pieces, add some hot glue to my ball and add it on as you see right there, trying to work in small sections and trying to cover the entire ball as best as possible. But don't worry too much, we can always go back and cover up any little areas in which you can still see the foam. Once it was all fully covered, I'm just going to take my scissors and trim it to be able to expose that round shape once again. And using those little trimmings that we have, we are going to go ahead and cover up any holes that were left behind. I actually did pretty good. I didn't have to cover up any holes, so this is what it was looking like after I was done trimming. Now it's time for the challenge item. This is a paintbrush that I had for ages. Probably I got it in 1905 or something like that. You can see here how bad it is. It was all chippy. So you know what? This is going to be the sacrificial lamb for this project. So we're going to use this one. The bristles are fine, but the paintbrush, as you see, is not that great. So I'm going to paint it with some of this brown oxide from Apple Barrel. And I gave it a total of 2 coats. I left some of the chipped sections on there just so it would resemble the bark of a tree. Now I'm going to take some of this floral foam from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut a section off a bit and glue it to the bottom of my vase. Now I'm going to take the paintbrush and stick it at the bottom section of the ball and create a hole with my glue gun at the center of the floral foam, and then I just stuck the paintbrush right in the middle. Then I wanted something to put at the top to serve as a base so I don't have too much product going into the base. So I took this piece of construction paper that I had laying around, I folded it in half, and I'm going to cut a section that is big enough to cover the bottom section of the top of the floral foam there. I glued the two sides together as you see right there, making sure that it's nice and squared. And then I'm going to add hot glue to the edges as well. I'm just trying to create kind of the thickness of cardboard. Then I took it and folded it in half. And I took a base from Dollar Tree and I'm going to place it over the folded edge as you see right there. I'm going to trace it using a pencil or pen. And we are going to create a circle using this technique. Then I created a slit right at the middle and only halfway through to leave it around here. I just wanted to see if this was big enough, but it wasn't, so I'm going to go ahead and create a tiny little opening at the center just so I can accommodate the dowel rod or the paintbrush in this sense. Here I'm putting it in, and this was overlapping a little bit too much. It was a bit big, but that's not a problem. We're going to take it off and trim it a little bit more along the edges until we have the perfect size. For best results, you should use the same base that you used to make this to have a more precise size on your opening. I didn't have one, so I just used the best thing that I had. The circle was still a little bit too big, but that's fine. I'm going to just go ahead and slide it underneath the opening of the vase, and the vase itself is going to keep it in place, and it's going to be nice and flat once I'm done. Now I'm going to take some of these gemstones that I got from Dollar Tree. They were a bit big, so I'm going to take a few of the smaller ones I can find. I'm going to put them inside of a Ziploc bag, and then I'm going outside with my hammer and smashing them until I get smaller pieces. Now I'm going to add some hot glue to the cardboard, or to the construction paper actually, here in small sections. Then I added the broken up pieces of sea glass onto it until it was all completely covered. I shaked off the excess, removed any loose pieces on there, remove any pieces that were uneven and unnecessarily on there as well until it was nice and flat. And I added in some pieces here and there where you can still see the hot glue. And that is it for this one. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Friends, so this video is part of the Just Our Imagination challenge that is hosted monthly by Kathy Jo DIYs and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs. Their guest host this month is Robin by Crafts and Leash by Robin. The links to their channels and to their playlists will be linked in the description box below, and also linked in the comments. Make sure that you head on over to their channels and to their playlists and show everyone some love.
Here we go with the next inspiration.
For this inspiration, I'm going to use one of these new vases from Dollar Tree. I love this shape, and I thought it would be perfect for this project. The first thing that I'm going to do is add some of these gems to the bottom of it. Then I'm going to take one of these candles from the Shore Living collection at Dollar Tree and add it on top of my gems. This is what it's looking like so far, but we're not going to stop there, right? I'm going to take some of this raffia, again from the hula skirt, and I'm going to pick out a section on the side right there. I'm going to tip it down to my table, and I'm going to begin to braid this into a large fluffy braid. And yes, I know, I braid backwards, but this is how I learned, and it comes out so cute. Once I got to the end of my braid, I'm going to take a piece of jute cord and then tie it off right there. But first I wanted to put aside 2 small pieces of raffia that I'm going to be using later on. So now here you see me wrapping that jute cord there. I'm going to make a nice double knot, nice and tight, and cut off the excess of the raffia. I took the pieces of raffia that I cut out earlier, and I'm going to use them to cover up the jute cord. And then I cut off the excess raffia. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. And here's the braid all completed. Now we are going to take that vase and we're going to loop this braid over it, as you see right there. And I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue to attach it to the sides. Then I took some of this jute cord from Dollar Tree and I'm going to glue it there to the end of the raffia. And I'm going to wrap it all the way I will not say all the way, like 3/4 of the way up the vase, covering the raffia as I go up. Friend, if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up. And when I was done wrapping it, this is what it turned out like. Let me know what you think. For the next inspiration today, we're going to be using these two vases from Dollar Tree. The first thing that I did was remove the tag off of both of the bottoms. Then I'm going to take some E6000 and add it to the bottom of one of the vases. And we are going to add some hot glue on the edges just to have that immediate hold. The E6000 is going to be the main adhesive here that's going to give this longevity. Then I'm going to take some Mod Podge Multi and I'm going to add it to one of my daubers and add it to the bottom base. Once that dried, I'm going to take this concoction of paint that I got mixed in some aged gray with some navy blue to give me this beautiful muted blue color. Now that the paint is nice and dry, I'm going to take this dog leash, which is another one of our challenge items, and we are going to go ahead and remove it from the packaging and cut a section off of it. But before going any further, I wanted to protect the paint by adding some Mod Podge Multi. Once it all dried, I'm going to take that piece of dog leash. I'm going to remove this section right here that had the stitching on it and burn off the edges to avoid any unraveling. Now I'm going to glue it right here to the middle where both the vases unite. To do this, I just use some hot glue, but you're more than welcome to use some E6000 or another more permanent adhesive so you have more durability. My friend, if you're still with me this far into the video, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for sticking around. Leave me an emoji if you want a little sun or simply a smiley face so I know who you are. Thank you so much. All right, so here I'm adding the leftover sand that I had from the previous DIY to the bottom of this. I'm just cupping it in place as you see right there so it wouldn't go to my table and it will all fall inside of the vase. I'm just going to sift it around, as you see right there, just to try to make it nice and flat. And then I'm going to add some of these gems as well to it. Next, I took one of these candles from Dollar Tree. You have many options here. You can add some water to this and use one of the floating candles from Dollar Tree. You can add one of these little votive candles as well from Dollar Tree, as you see right here. Or you can do the other option and use one of the emergency candles as well from Dollar Tree that you will see in the final reveal. You have here so many options, guys. So I hope you enjoy this one. Let me know what you think. And here we go with the final reveal. Don't forget to let me know which one of these is your favorite. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. If you would like to watch some more of my videos, here's a suggestion, and you are more than welcome to binge away with this playlist as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You're amazing. Bye.